My name is Tom Michaud. I'm president and CEO of KBW and also proud to be a part of the broader Stifel firm as a senior vice president for Stifel Financial. It's been tremendously rewarding to build this business with essentially the same group of people for decades. That's the way the firm is today, and frankly, that's the way it was in 1986 when I joined, and certainly in 2001 when the unfortunate events of 9/11 happened. And many of those folks who passed away in 9/11 are folks that I started with and I had worked with for 15 years at that point. Joe ran our fixed income group. He was a neighbor of mine. He and I commuted every day to work together for 15 years. And he turned out to be just a great, dear friend of mine. And he parked his car next to mine in the train station every day. I'll tell you what was extraordinarily heartbreaking was seeing his car there for the rest of that week. When the family returned the car back to their home, was really quite a strong statement about the fact that Joe might not be coming home. There's no textbook chapter in a business school course that says what to do when there's a terrorist attack in your building and 35% of your colleagues are murdered immediately, and these are your best friends, people who you have literally grown up with and worked with for a decade or more. And I think that it was that bond that really allowed us to pull together after 9/11 to rebuild the firm. And I'll never forget that a couple of weeks after 9/11, the senior management of the firm got a dinner of the biggest shareholders of the firm. And we got together to talk about our strategic options. Frankly, there was a firm that was looking to buy the firm. If we felt that it was too much to move forward, they were going to give us an exit. And I can't tell you how grateful we were for that approach. But we looked around the table and we said, the firm's not going to end that way. We're not going to let terrorists fly planes into our buildings and end the firm. We're just not doing that. And so we said, we're going to rebuild. And the rebuilding effort, the way I described it at that moment was, there was a giant rock and a really steep hill, and every day we pushed the rock up the hill a little more. And we said, we're going to do two main things. We're, number one, going to do everything we can to support the families of 9/11, of our victims. They would have done the same thing for us if we had been in the building. And then number two, we're going to rebuild the firm, because rebuilding the firm is how we're going to help the families and how we're going to be able to perpetuate their memory. And we're going to take the memories of these folks and we're going to turn it into a day of service to show that, frankly, the bad guys or those wishing to do harm don't get to write the final chapter. And we're very grateful, as Stifel has welcomed us to the broader family, that they've been willing to recognize our past as well. One of the things I think is important to say is that if I could talk to my friends now and tell them how this played out in their absence, they would be so proud of their families as to how they were able to move forward. The story of 9/11 has not ended being told, by the way. Chapters just keep getting turned, but the story is going to keep being told.